Let's move further. आगे बढ़ते हैं चलो. So yesterday we talked about joint tenancy and tenancy in common. I've created a small difference for you so that it becomes very easy for you to compare and then you can answer the questions properly. So ownership shares. Joint tenancy always have equal ownership, equal undivided shares for all the owners. And in tenancy in common, it can be unequal, it can be any ratio. Right of survivorship. In joint tenancy, upon one owner's death, the share automatically passes to the surviving owner, bypassing the probate. That's a new term. We didn't discuss that yesterday. So, bypassing the probate. Tenancy in common says that no share passes via will or intestate succession to heirs. So, like it says, right of survivorship is no, and share passes to the intestate through the succession laws applicable of different countries. Termination. Now, joint tenancy can be terminated by selling share, converting to tenancy in common. And yeah, so tenancy in common is already independent. So there's nothing that we want. So what happens, like there's a property which has been registered as joint tenancy for certain years. At the end of it, what should happen? That's what we talked about. So that was also the point which was muted yesterday. And best for the married couple, those who wanting automatic inheritance, and tenancy in common for unrelated co-owners, business partners, or flexible estate planning. So this is how we can properly differentiate both the things that we studied yesterday. And once again, suggesting it is important for exam, CFP exam. Now, community property or marital property. So community property system says that almost all property and income acquired by either spouse during the marriage is owned jointly and equally by both the spouses, regardless of whose name is in the title who earned it. That's very important. So, whatever they own and owe, that belongs to both. And regardless of who acquired it, in whose name the property stands. And there is a separate property, so owned before marriage or acquired by gift, inheritance, and kept separate. That is also possible. Generally remains individual unless it is clearly converted or commingled in the community. Right? So, whatever somebody had before the marriage wants to convert into community, that is possible. But yes, two interesting points: community property system and separate property. Move further, testamentary succession. Where testamentary succession is governed by testament or a will is called testamentary succession. So I'm reading proper definitions. Under Hindu law, Hindu male or female has capability to make a will of his or her property in favor of anyone. This is also known as complete testamentary power. In such cases, the property will devolve according to the will of the deceased. So that is called testamentary succession. So where it is through a testament wherein you have a right to mention the name of people who will inherit your property. Another is forced heirship. Now, it is opposite to that. Like in many territories, we have to go through the laws of the country. We studied earlier. It is the form of tested partible inheritance, where the estate of deceased is separated in two. Number one, an indivisible portion, the forced estate, passing to the deceased next of kin, and discretionary portion or some certain portion of the estate may be discretionary wherein he can uh, transfer through will. So talking about Muslim law, they have got 1/3 of the value of the estate which can be willed, and remaining is indivisible portion. So that is forced heirship. There are many countries, you can Google it up and find out the countries where this system is prevalent. You'll find out almost like a good number of countries, half of the world would be following that. Right. So with this, we end today's discussion, and at least one or two questions can come from our today's discussion. So stay tuned, and if you want some specific topic on the estate planning, do let me know. So there is one more video we'll do tomorrow. Yeah, see you. Bye everyone.